The pandemic has brought on a lot of loneliness for people. What is something you do when you feel lonely that makes you feel better?
I have a cat and I crochet. I do. I watch RuPaul's Drag Race, and I hang out with my cat and my best friends and my family and my mom, and just try and have as much community safely as possible.
I call people. I talk to my friends because they're probably sitting at home lonely too, you know?
I call my big sister. I call my big sister Sugar. I'm like, girl, what you doing?
We're not really ever really alone in a sense, you know? It's like, yeah, we could be alone physically, like you're not next to me, but it all comes from inside. It's self-love and, you know, just working on that first and foremost.
When you're feeling anxious, what is a trick that you can do to relieve your anxiety?
I knit and crochet.
You know, that's the second time I've heard that tonight, crocheting.
It's a good thing. It's very zen. It's very, you have to concentrate on what you're doing rather than what's going on outside of the room you're in.
There's a breathing thing called a square. So you breathe in for 1, hold for 4, breathe out, hold for 4, and you continuously do that, and it like tricks your nervous system back into gaining yourself. So that really helps.
I'd suffer from anxiety a lot. I have some tricks. One is working out. The other is forcing myself to meditate, which I will say to the viewers out there, it's one of the hardest things to like actually dedicate yourself and commit to.
It has nothing to do with religion. It's a way of focusing on your breath. It's a way of getting connected with, in my case, hummingbirds. I'm like a nut for hummingbirds. I'm constantly changing their, you can't have too many hummingbirds.
Basically just try to quiet down the idle chit-chat in our minds, the useless things we think about, you know what I mean? Just all the things that don't really matter at the end of the day.
Connecting with nature.
Yeah, nature, yeah. I love the amount of weird little animals that come around, and butterflies, dragonflies, hummingbirds.
Well, for me, I take time and I do my grace prayer. And my prayer for grace is, Lord, give me grace. Calm down my nerves. Let me shine. Let me shine because you are going to give me grace to not be nervous, to help me remember my lines so that these people will be receptive of my energy.
I say a prayer every morning. When I get out of bed and I can put my feet on the ground and I can feel the ground, I take a moment and I thank God for that because there was a time I couldn't. I list 10 things at least every morning that I'm grateful for. And it's easier to say what I'm not happy about that's going on, but it's harder for me to think of 10 things, but I always think of 10 things that I'm grateful for. And I think going with the positive helps a lot.